Okay, the recording is started. Oh, welcome, welcome. It's great to have you with me here, Kurt.
Great to be here.
And we'll probably have a few people pop in as time goes by. But because I record these, I think that sort of deters people from having to make sure that they're here in
Uh,
person.
yeah,
But so starting next month in March, my Turbochargers is going to be a paid platform. My LinkedIn live events will still be free for a while, but I will always keep my community itself free. I want people to be able to access the community and be able to come in here and ask questions and things.
that'd be great. That's great.
LinkedIn is really a challenging platform for most people to use. And so when they
Yeah.
find out how old I am, they go, "What?"
Well, I think I told you in a previous conversation, that's where I have more followers than any
Yeah,
place. Because I've
yeah,
always used it just for jobs.
yeah.
And I've seen a couple videos where Gary V, you know who Gary V is, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
And he's talked like LinkedIn is one of the places you should be on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's what he said. So here's my 5 reasons. You want to hear my 5 reasons?
Sure, sure.
Number one, and I get these statistics from my boys, our two oldest boys. We have 8 kids, okay? And we have 3 boys and 5 girls. And so our two oldest are boys. And no,
That,
our oldest, we've got girl, boy, girl, boy. First
that
part.
worked out well.
Yeah. Anyway, the
And one of them
boys,
is the guy who, the son who showed you LinkedIn, right?
that's right. That was Michael. And
Okay.
at that time, when I was laid off my job at 61, he was working with Microsoft and he was heading up teams of programmers in Microsoft, working on different projects. And I had
Wow.
no idea how they did that, but he said what they do is they divide up each project into little segments, and
Hmm.
they have teams of programmers working on segments of projects. And so
Okay.
he was just one of many, uh,
Mm.
probably hundreds of
Yeah.
programmers, lead
Wow.
programmers. But he used LinkedIn to recruit software engineers.
Okay.
So he said, "Mom, I can, have you heard of LinkedIn?" I said, no, what's that?" Anyway, he taught me how to use LinkedIn and hired me, paid me money to
That's
help him
great.
recruit. And so here's the thing, they have to know statistics, right?
Yeah.
And so he told me these statistics. The average income of people on LinkedIn is 76 to 86,000 US annually. The
That's
average,
about like
and
digital marketers, the
he
stat for digital
probably,
marketers.
yeah. Well, the average executive income on LinkedIn is between 125 and 150,000.
Okay.
And that hence my son's wages are in there.
Okay.
And he said,
Nice.
"You're not supposed to tell anybody." So I didn't tell you how much. Anyway,
I didn't hear anything.
so then number three, the biggest kept secret to LinkedIn is in the groups. And the groups on LinkedIn are so much more specialized than the groups on Facebook.
I've been in several groups before. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can be in as many as 100 different groups on LinkedIn, but I
I think
don't
I've been in
advise it.
40 or so anyway.
I don't
See, I
advise.
was a technical writer. So
Ah,
I would have been the guy that was documenting what your son was doing,
oh,
like for a
wow.
manual or instructions or whatever. Because I
Awesome.
worked with programmers sometimes, but I was in several technical writer groups
Hmm.
on LinkedIn.
Yeah,
So sorry to interrupt.
that's okay. That I like my sessions to be loose
Okay.
so that people feel comfortable. And as long as there's no noise in the background, I
Right.
don't mind people staying unmuted.
Okay.
So that's number three, is the groups are the biggest kept secret.
Huh.
Number four is LinkedIn is the most professional platform on the net, bar none. And I've tried a bunch of different ones. They every once in a while one will pop up and they'll say, "We're better than LinkedIn."
Yeah.
But here's what happens. they get, as soon as they get hold of your email, then they drill into your email with their search engines, and they send messages out to everybody who you've ever emailed with.
Oh boy.
And it's dangerous because
Yeah.
I'm connected to all of our grandchildren and our
Oh
kids.
my.
And
Geez.
my 90-year-old aunt, she got really upset with me because she said that they wouldn't let go of her. She tried to send them a message saying she wasn't interested, and they just kept sending messages. And she said she finally had to actually sign up before they would stop bothering her.
Oh my.
So yeah, if you're going to try a new platform, talk to me first.
Yeah.
I might have already had experience with it. So,
Talk about spam from hell.
oh, it really was. It really was.
Jeez.
And so I don't, LinkedIn is the best
That
professional
doesn't
platform.
surprise me. It's the most professional. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
yeah,
business people. Yeah.
yeah. And so
That's
here's
great.
number 5.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Sure.
Everybody on LinkedIn is there to do business.
I love that.
Whether it's looking for a job or looking to build a business, there's
Yeah.
all kinds of network marketing groups on there, home-based business
Sure.
groups, small business groups. There's all kinds of different groups on there. And I always recommend to people to join groups that have a lot of network marketers or home-based business people, because
Yeah.
most of them are not happy with their company.
Right. That's a good point.
Because that's one of the things I did when I was first laid off my job at 61. I went, oh, I could do network marketing. And so I
Yeah.
joined a whole bunch of different network marketing opportunities. And I felt like I was being literally nibbled to death by a duck because they were wanting monthly fees and they wanted auto ships.
Yeah.
And I was paying out more money than I was making. So I got out of most all of them.
I was in a network marketing company in the 90s. It was
Yeah.
just before the internet got big because,
Yeah.
in fact, they had an internet product just as I was getting out of it. I was in 5 years. And they started out with long distance service because they could save a lot
Oh,
of money on long distance for service. That's where most of my customers were, but that was like pennies you'd make off of
right.
that.
Right.
But it was telecom. So it was
Oh.
pagers. That's how old it was, pagers. Um, let me see. We had then we got into wireless a little bit,
Mhm.
but it was called ACN. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Oh, yes, I have. I was in
There's a
ACN.
You were?
Yeah,
Okay. The one thing I never made any money and I
me
lost
neither.
friends trying to recruit them. But the one thing I liked best is their conventions were pretty cool.
Hmm.
And they had some of the best videos, I thought, with the music and everything.
Yeah,
So they had good
yeah,
promotional materials,
yeah,
but they're still around. Um, there's a
yeah, they
guy
are.
he's on TikTok. I forget his name. Um, what's his name? He's in a group and he's got glasses. He's an older guy. He's still in it, I think. He's still with ACN.
Mm,
And I was surprised by that. But now they're more into, I think, utilities, reselling utilities,
right.
electric
Yeah,
service, all that kind of stuff.
yeah. The
So yeah,
hydro and gas bills. Yeah.
but God, I used to hate doing the three-way calling and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Get someone on there, a sponsor, and you do a call. I used to hate calling people. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they used to make us make a list of 200 names. That's what they assigned us. We had to have a list of 200 names, and then we had to work through phoning everybody on that list.
I hated it.
And
Oh,
then we had to set up three-way calls
right.
as we were phoning through that list so that we could have all appointments pre-scheduled, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I
We'd
had,
have weekly meetings, all that kind of
yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
I
Man.
burned my bridges a few times.
Well, I
Just,
remember my sponsors, they were in California and I was in Indiana. So I didn't see him that much. They were a married couple. The guy was originally from Indiana, but I remember one time I met with him and I said, I'm not making any sales. And the woman of the couple was the short little Lebanese woman, very aggressive. And
yeah,
she said, just walk up to people on the street and start selling to them. And I was like, that's not me. I'm not that way. I'm not a cold calling, pushy
Mm.
salesperson. So, but that was her
Yeah,
recommendation because that's how she did it.
yeah,
It's
I
like,
hear you. I
gosh,
hear you big time.
hated that. So I love that legacy. You don't have to ask for money. I love that.
Yeah, I like that everything is automated. It's fully
Oh yeah.
automated. So like most of the people that have bought from me, I don't have very many. I could count on one hand the number of people that have bought from me during the daytime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody else has bought from me at nighttime because they've been from South Africa or
Okay.
Australia or the UK, you know.
Wow.
And so I just go with the flow.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Take it where you
Yeah.
can. But
Yeah.
that's great. I mean, you don't know half the people that bought from you, if any. Yeah.
Well, I didn't when they first bought, right? But I try to
Mhm.
keep in touch with all my people.
That's good.
So when somebody joins my organization, not my organization, but buys from me,
Yeah. I know what you mean.
they, they,
It's not
uh,
MLM.
yeah,
You're,
but
you're downline.
I still want to help them, right? And that's how
Oh
I
yeah.
started the turbochargers because I felt like I needed to be able to be there to answer questions and to help people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and so if they don't have, because I have so many people who come into my meetings and they say they've never heard from the person they bought from after they bought from the person.
That's
And
kind of the way I was almost. I
yeah,
got one or two emails from her. I found her on Facebook
I
and
did found mine there too.
she was a friend. I'd met her once. She was a friend and she was a minister, Christian minister of all things, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
And so, I was intrigued. I saw a few of her emails and finally I asked her about it. And she put me through the automation. And then I think I heard from her once or twice after that. She's not even in it anymore now. She's
Oh,
not even in the
wow.
business. Yeah. She had success, I think, pretty soon. And the woman that brought her in had a lot of success, but
Oh,
I'm not
good.
sure she's in it either.
Oh,
So,
that's good. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, in
So,
Canada, the pensions are so small that
yeah.
most of us, like 62% of the of the population of Canada are working paycheck to paycheck. So if
Uh,
you fast forward that, that means probably 62% of the population can't afford to set up some kind of an investment program for their retirement.
right.
And I've discovered since I've been retired that in Canada, you're expected to have your own retirement program set up.
Oh, boy.
And that pension that we get is really small because it's just meant to be a supplement to your own retirement program.
Oh, my gosh.
And that you need to have at least 400K socked away for your retirement if you want to have a comfortable retirement
Wow.
where you can travel and have a more leisurely life.
Wow. I've heard
Yeah.
some advisors in the US say more like 1 million if you want to, really
Well, yeah,
live the way
400K
you used
is
to.
minimum.
Yeah.
That's minimum. And they, like our financial planner said, you need to have at least 400K, if not 1 million.
Yeah.
But he said minimum is 400K socked away. And we
Yeah.
have three pensions that you can actually access in Canada. There's
Mhm.
the old age security, which everybody gets, which comes out of the income tax. And then there's the Canada pension, which we contribute to when we have a job because our employers have to take a deduction and send it in directly to the Canada pension plan.
Yeah.
And then there's a third one that very few people in Canada really get access to, and that's if you happen to work for a company that has their own pension plan, like the government
Mhm.
or the medical industry or the oil industry. They're
Sure.
bigger companies, and so they have more um, investments socked away. Hello, Mike. Welcome. What time is it there?
Just after 11:15 p.m.
PM,
Oh,
right?
where are you?
UK.
Okay. I'm in Michigan.
All right. Yeah. Sorry, I'm late. I couldn't find your link.
Oh,
Oh,
we're having a good chat.
it's in the group.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I was looking for an email because usually you send me an email to click on it.
Oh, right. Yeah, I
So,
made an announcement a few weeks ago that all the announcements for our turbochargers was going to be through our community.
right. Yeah.
And the reason I did that is so that, because I'm finding I'm getting totally inundated with emails now, because there's so many communities and everybody wants you to join their community, right?
Yeah.
And I'm getting over 200 emails a day, and it's
Really?
just,
Oh my goodness.
oh,
Jeez,
so
Yeah.
you're
I,
popular.
well, I guess it's because I'm the only one that does LinkedIn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. So anyway,
Oh, that's great.
I just decided, and then they also didn't want us to be making announcements for our communities in the main DGC
Oh.
group, right? Because that's where I was posting before. I was letting everybody know that my turbochargers was going to be starting, right?
Yep.
But we can't do that anymore.
Huh.
Can't be promoting our own individual community in the main room, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So let's get to brass tacks here and answer some questions for you guys.
Okay. You can go ahead if you want, Mike. I'm like I said, I've used LinkedIn, but just for jobs. So I'm just exploring it for business. I'm brand new to this as far as what to post and how to post. And anyway,
Right.
but
Well, I've set up my I've redone my page now, Christine.
You have.
Yeah, I've redone it. So the only thing is, when we were talking before about going into into different groups, I haven't started doing that yet. But I thought I wrote some notes down, but I don't know if I can find them now.
So, so you
So
revamped your LinkedIn page
anything,
again?
anything you want to talk about with about LinkedIn, that is fine with me.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, I'm going to share my screen then, okay?
go for it.
Okay.
Because I find that I'm very visual and I think a lot of other people are too. And if you can see things, it's
Yeah.
much easier to follow.
I never remember stuff anyway.
Was it Rod Stewart said every picture tells a story?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, it's been a long time since I read about Rod Stewart. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm. Okay. Just saw, I'm following quite a few different people from our community who have joined my connections on LinkedIn.
Okay.
And this post is put out by Ziza. Ziza
Oh
is in
yeah,
the UK.
yeah. I'm in
And
one of her Facebook groups. Yeah.
oh, awesome. That's great. So this is a really great post that she has done. And she's just got a nice number of hashtags on there. And she's got the date for it's
Mhm.
tomorrow, this event that they're putting on. I wish I could go, but I can't because I've got an appointment scheduled with somebody else on LinkedIn here.
Yeah.
Because I do one-on-one coaching as well, helping people. So this is really good what she's put together. And you notice that there are no links here, guys.
Okay.
LinkedIn does not like us to use links. And if you start posting and wonder what's going on, why? That's why you have to be really careful about posting links.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So it looks like she's got it's kind of a longer form post,
Yeah.
correct?
Well, what I did is I opened it up so I could show you guys. But
Sure.
she's done a really good job here. So I'm going to shrink it down. Whoops. Where is the shrink down thing here? I expanded it. Now it doesn't want me to shrink it down. Oh, well.
Right click on it. I don't know.
So this guy does some really great posts as well. This is
Okay.
Dwayne Clausen. Actually, I interviewed him on my podcast show a few years ago.
Hmm.
And he's a coach for men. He works
All
with
right.
men. Yeah. And really is a nice guy. And I had a really good interview with him. But you see, he's got a longer post as well. And
Yeah.
you just have the more button. So LinkedIn does that automatically. If you have a longer post, they will shrink it down and you just have to expand it,
Mhm.
right? But there's quite a few people who are really great at posting on here. And so one of the things I usually do every day is I'll go in and I will like and comment on three to five LinkedIn posts. Because
Okay.
here's the thing about LinkedIn, because it's business, it's not like, well, Facebook is like this actually, but people don't realize it. And they just go on there and they post all their stuff. Here's my new this, look at my new that, see my this, here's my that. And they don't acknowledge other people's posts. So the part of creating rapport with people and building the know, like, and trust that we want for business, we need to make sure that we acknowledge other people's posts on there. So this is a LinkedIn post and they're talking about hiring people, right? See who's hiring. And
Mhm.
here's something that I want to also caution you about. Do not post jobs on LinkedIn if you're trying to post for the Legacy Project.
Yeah, you mentioned that before. They don't like
Yeah.
it, do they?
They don't like it. And I had my LinkedIn account put in suspension. I lost access to it for 2 weeks. So I couldn't understand what had happened. I thought somebody had hacked me because I couldn't access my account. And then 2 weeks after it, and so what I did, because I couldn't get into my account and I thought I'd been hacked, I started setting up a new LinkedIn account. Well, then 2 Mondays later, after the first disappearance of my account, all of a sudden my account showed up. And then they're complaining, LinkedIn was complaining, telling me they noticed that I have 2 accounts. And I sent them an explanation. I said, well, when my account disappeared, I thought I'd been hacked. And so I just started setting up another account because I thought I'd never get my original account back. Well, my original account, I'll show you something here, guys.
So you're saying don't post jobs like looking like a job opening or something like that?
Yeah, if you are looking for work yourself, that's different. But if you post a job or you are looking for somebody to come and join
Okay.
your business, or like they
Okay.
don't like you to post for network marketing businesses, but if it's a traditional type of business, then you can post. If you're
Yeah,
looking for somebody to work for you
I
in a
understand. I don't
traditional
think
type
I'd
of
ever
business.
do that, but okay.
Yeah. Well, I actually had done an experiment and I discovered it's not a good thing.
Yeah, that's good to know.
So this is a big account. I've got quite a few connections on here.
Yeah,
So for me to lose that, I was heartbroken because
I'll
it had
bet.
taken me 14 years to build this up, right?
Wow.
Mm.
But when they gave it back to me, then I said to them, is it possible for you to merge the 2 accounts? Well, there was only 5 people in the one account, in the new account. And they said, oh, sure, we'll cancel your old account and build your new account. And I said, no, 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 no. Don't cancel my old account. You can cancel my new account. I
Right.
want to keep the old account. So we had to go through a couple or 3 exchanges of emails for them to understand exactly what I wanted them to do. But I got my big account back and I'm so thankful to be able to have it. So what you want to do is you want to every day, you want to go into your account, into your network and look at all the people that have reached out to connect with you, right? So this one is Grow Your Book of Business Quickly at Dynamite Networking. So I know this guy from doing some online networking and he invited me to join this. So I think I'm going to click accept.
Okay.
I didn't realize we weren't connected. Well, this guy by the name of Benjamin, he follows me and is inviting me to connect, but I'm going to look at a little bit more. He's a writer, he's an entrepreneur, he's a fan of football and tennis. He's a mentee of Dr. Kwan. Kwaku.
Kwaku.
Trying to just figure out how to say his name.
Come on, say his name.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to go ahead and accept that request. And now this one, Frangie follows me and is inviting me to connect. Now they're a professional graphics designer and a web developer. So I think I'll go ahead and I'll connect. I'll accept that.
Yeah.
Because
Do you, before you click accept, do you go through and look at their connections, look how many connections they have and the type of connections?
I do sometimes do that. I sometimes do that, but
You
usually I'm
never
in
know
such
who
a
might be in their
hurry.
network that you might
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
add to your list or whatever. Yeah.
So what I usually do is I do this. So I go into where all my connections are. And then it gives you a list of all your connections. So
Yep.
these are my newest people are usually at the top of my list. So I right click on, hover over their name and I right click, okay?
Okay.
And I open link in new tab.
Yep.
If you look at the top, you see where it's opening up another LinkedIn page.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to click on that. So this is searching somebody's profile incognito. They don't
He's got
know
nice.
they're in their profile. Okay. And so you can go in here and there's more profiles through their profile all down the right side. You see that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you can go and check out their people that they're connected to and see if there's anybody there that remotely interests you. You can check those people out.
I've done
Now,
that when I've researched jobs before. Yep.
yeah.
So
And
did you
can
say
also,
that you sorry, did you say that you clicked on your contacts that were on the left-hand side? You just clicked on it where it says contacts. Is that what
on
you
the
did?
Right
left,
click.
yeah,
You
I
know, when you
clicked
went
on my
into your
contacts
contacts.
in my network, then I clicked on my contacts when
Gotcha.
it went into the next window. And
Yep.
Right, gotcha.
you have to hover over their name and right click on their name so that you
Right
can
click. Yeah.
search their profile
that.
incognito, right? Just in case you find out that that person isn't really somebody you want to be connected to, then you can unconnect from them without
Yeah.
a whole bunch of foo-fra.
That must be a Canadian term.
Yeah, it is. I grew up with it on the ranch. My dad was always saying, don't
That's
create
okay.
a whole bunch of foo-fra.
We got our own.
So you can check him. He's a professional graphics designer. We saw that already before, but we can go down here, procurement supply chain clerk, marketing coordinator. I'm actually looking for people that are entrepreneurs or who have some kind of a home-based business, or they're in network marketing.
You look through the people similar to list usually.
You can do that, but I usually am in such a hurry, I just scroll down.
Okay.
And so I can go back into my network. And down here, LinkedIn gives you a suggestion of people you might want to connect with based on what's in your profile, right? So helping individuals achieve financial freedom. This is a guy who is in some kind of home-based business or network marketing business, right? So with these, you can click the word connect. So right now, I want to stop here for just a brief minute. LinkedIn has put guidelines or limits on how many people you can invite to connect with you every day. And we need to keep building our connections on a daily basis. But they've cut that right down to as few as 5 people a day that we're allowed to connect with. And so what I teach people to do is how to fly under the radar and reach out to invite people to connect with me without LinkedIn figuring it out. And you can do it in the groups, okay? So I will go through here quickly and just look at the headline, right? So this is Downline's network support. I'm going to click connect, but it says, sorry, invitation not sent to Lawrence. So people can set their profiles so that they can't accept people requesting to connect with them from this page.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my groups here. And I'm going to show
How
you
many groups do you belong to?
about 22. I used to be in
Okay.
100, and I realized it's impossible to manage that many groups.
Yeah,
So good
I
job.
did that too. I belonged to a bunch and just didn't have time for all of them.
Yeah, so I had to get out of a whole bunch of them. So now I'm going to see this crosshatch. I call this the crosshatch, or the 9 dots for
Sure.
business. You click on this, and then you go down here to where it says groups.
Okay.
Click on the groups, the little blue men, and it will show you all the groups that you are in, that you've been accepted into, right?
Right.
And you can click on your requested tab, and if there are any groups that you've requested to join but that you haven't been accepted into, they will show up here. But I've been accepted into all the groups that I've requested a connection.
And you can search for groups obviously there too. When
That's
under
right.
the requested.
So
Yeah.
if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, see this blue search word?
Mhm. Okay.
Click on search. And then at the very top here in the search bar, you've got groups here, right?
Yep.
Then you want to put in, let's do network marketing. There we go. It shows up. I've done enough searches using this term. So now this all opens up, and you could search using any of these terms, but you want to make sure that you have the groups highlighted and that network marketing or home-based business or whatever it is you want to specialize with, the groups you want to specialize with is typed in up here in the search bar. And the next thing you want to look for is you want to look for groups that have 3,000 or more members. And the reason you want 3,000 or more members is because you want inventory. This is your inventory to work with, to invite people to connect with you.
Okay.
So let's see, let's pick. So here's there's 671,000 members in this marketing and communication network.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 4,000 here in the network marketing and MLM. So we'll just try this one. It's a little smaller.
A little more manageable.
Yeah. And so what you want to do is you want to click here where it says show all, because if you click on this blue button where it says invite connections, you will not fly under the radar. LinkedIn will be able to see every single person you invite to connect with you. So you want to make sure that you click show all. So I'm going to click on show all. And up comes a list of all the people. And you can see beside each person's name, whether they're a 3rd level connection or a 2nd level connection or a 1st level connection. So if it says 1 ST, that means you're directly connected to them. And if it says 3rd or 2nd, they're 1 or 2 levels away from you. So then the way you search the members is you use the alphabet and you start with A. See
Okay.
how it changes?
Yeah.
And then you go to A, B. You work through the alphabet that way. A, B, A, C, A, D, all the way through the alphabet. And then you go back and start with B, A, B, B,
Sure.
B, C. And so you work through the alphabet using those 2 different searches, okay? So you've got A, B. And so you want to look here, licensed real estate broker, freelancer, web designer and trainer, virtual assistant, administrative support, Founder and CEO at Grow with ABHI, digital marketing specialist, funnel expert, business growth strategist. Well, this might be an interesting person to join. So then you can, before you click on the message button, you right click on their name again, and you open link in new tab.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to close that last one that we opened. There we go. So we want to read more about this person. So he's actually a coach.
Hmm.
There are quite a few people who have joined this organization, this legacy project. His about page, help businesses scale the strategic digital marketing. Yeah, he might be a good person to be connected to. So now I'm going to go back into my group. Oh, where did my group go? There we go. I always have lots of fun trying to get these pictures moved out of the way so I can see what I'm doing here. Managing my connections. Yeah, hit my groups button again.
Now, as far as the level, you can connect with people on your second, but can you connect with people on your third level?
Yeah, that's what the
Okay.
groups are so great.
Okay,
for.
I was
Yeah.
thinking that you had to have a special invitation or something to connect with people on your third level.
Okay, so I'm going with AB here.
Okay.
And where was I? Oh, here at Mr. Sharma. Okay, now I can click on message and I can type a direct message to him. And I can use, I'm on the paid platform, so I can use AI to write little messages if I want. But all I would say to
Okay.
him is type his name and say, hey, I noticed we're both in the network marketing and MLM group. And how long have you been involved there and what brings you to LinkedIn? A couple of simple little questions like that. And I just say, hey, I noticed that you look like you're a pretty hard worker and you're pretty astute with technical things. I'd love to connect and see if we could find some ways to collaborate.
Okay.
Just something really simple like that. And
So
then,
you use the AI quite a bit?
yeah, I do.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
That's okay. That's no problem. So now that's the kind of message that I would send to him. I don't click any message connect button. Like there's sometimes that little blue man will show up in the top corner here. And you do not click on that little blue man.
Okay.
Because as soon as you click on that little blue man, LinkedIn gets alerted right away that you have sent an invitation to somebody to connect. And if you're trying to work with a limit of 5 a day that you can connect with, it gets pretty hard to build your network.
Yeah. Slow going.
Yeah, I've done as many as 110 invitations in one day.
Ooh,
using this system. So you just have to make sure that you do not click any buttons that say connect.
Yeah.
And or the little blue man. Sometimes LinkedIn will show that little blue man in the top right corner of your invitation or your message. Are there any other questions on this before I move on?
No, I'm right.
No, not for me.
Okay,
No,
no problem.
It's good stuff.
Well, I learned this from my son because he had been using LinkedIn so hard and because he was trying to build software engineers for all his teams, right?
Sure.
And so he's the one that taught me how to fly under the radar and to invite people to connect with me. So he taught me all about the groups.
Has it changed much since you've been in it? I've been in it for several years myself, and I don't think it has, but I'm not in it every day. That's for
Well,
sure.
it has to a certain extent because they've increased the pressure of limiting the number of people you can invite to connect with you
Yeah.
each day.
Yeah. you
That's
did
a
that.
really big one. And but the fact that you can direct message people in the groups and just send a message to anybody in the groups without being connected to
Mhm.
them is huge.
Yeah, that is good. You
Yeah.
know, I told you I saw a video by Gary Vee was from last year, and he was talking about the things you should be on, and LinkedIn was one of them. But
Yeah.
he said LinkedIn is big because he says it's like Facebook was in 2012, and he said that there's not that much good quality content on it right now that people are posting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, good.
And video is huge on LinkedIn now. It's getting bigger and bigger all the time. So I want to show you
Good.
another place where you can go here. There was a problem processing. Oh, see, I'm on a paid platform, right?
Yep.
When they stole my account from me or suspended my account, I was on this paid account and I thought somebody had hacked me. So I went into my pay portal and canceled the payment because I thought I'm not going to let some shyster to
Mm.
steal my money from me and use my platform, right?
Yeah.
So
Get
I
a
have to
free
go, oh,
ride from
forgot,
you.
I've got to go in and fix that.
Yeah.
So now what was I going to do? I was going to go into my me button. You see this little me button here? This is
Oh, yeah.
this is a huge button. You need to pay attention to that button.
Okay, where was it? I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
Right at the very top here, where they have
Oh,
all those
that.
little
Okay.
icons. See this little
That
one
was
that says me, the me
Yep.
button?
Yep.
So you click on it and then you have a drop-down menu that shows up. And then you can go and watch all your posts and activity. So I'm going to go into my posts and activity. So this is going to show all my videos, my latest videos that have been up here that I have transferred over from TikTok into my LinkedIn. It is huge. It's really huge. Even if you just do repurpose.io and just connect your TikTok videos to LinkedIn, it's still a huge step. But I've got mine coming out to LinkedIn and YouTube and X and Pinterest, and then also going back into TikTok.
Okay.
So I've got them.
Is it quite easy? Is it quite easy to post these videos that you've done, like the ones I've done, into YouTube? Because I've got a
Oh
YouTube
yeah,
account, but I've not
you
made
can
use of it. I'm not
do
sure
it
how to
through
do it.
go to repurpose.io. There's all kinds of videos in repurpose.io,
Okay.
and they
Right.
show you how to do it step by step. It's really easy. If I
Right.
can do it, anybody can do it, guys.
Christine, you're in the mastermind, right?
No, I'm not.
Okay, I was, and I got out of it, but Mike made a comment. He said that he loves YouTube, but he said that YouTube doesn't like it when you bring videos from other platforms to YouTube, but it doesn't mind when you take YouTube videos and put them on a different platform, if that makes
Ah,
sense.
well, here's the thing.
I can't speak for that experience wise,
Yeah,
but
yeah, here's the thing. I've heard that as well. But if you take the watermark off,
mhm.
then they can't tell that it's from TikTok.
So you put
So
it like you can, you put it
explain
like your
again how you
Canva or
take that
something.
watermark off.
Okay. Oh, watermark. So I'm got my phone here, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can expand my picture bigger.
I was gonna say, I think you can use, I don't know, Canva or CapCut, right, to do that.
Yeah, you can, but it right on TikTok, they've made some changes. So
Okay,
I'm just gonna open up TikTok.
it's good to know.
Well, go on
And
mine while you're there so I can have a look.
so you go onto your TikTok. I don't know if I can do it without creating a video here. Okay, I'm just going to create a 15-second video. Okay, this is a 15-second video. It's demonstrating how to use the built-in system of TikTok to erase the watermark. Okay, so I'm going to save that. 15-second video is demonstrating. Now I'm going to turn my sound down so you guys don't get bothered by my repeat. Then you click down in the bottom here. You click the next
Yep.
button.
Yep.
Okay, and then after you click that, then you come to a page that lists.
Yeah. Your
And there's-
description and hashtags.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's one in here that says more options. It's the second one to the bottom, right above the share button.
Right.
Says go to more options, and you click on that, and then you scroll down where it says save posts with watermark. You see where it says save posts with watermark there?
Right.
It's backwards on here. And so you uncheck that box.
Okay.
And if you
Right.
uncheck that box, then none of your videos will have a watermark on them.
That's
And that's
good.
in TikTok, is it?
Yeah, that's on
Yeah.
TikTok.
So is that while you're actually, when you're about to make a video, or when you've made one?
When you've made one and you're in the
Right.
process.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to already made it to get to that page. Yep.
That's
Right.
right. So that's why I did a sort of a little bit of a video thingy there.
Yeah.
That's good to know. That's easy.
Yeah. So this is where you can check and see how many impressions your videos are making. I got 9 impressions, 16 impressions, 13. And I just set this up last week with Repurpose. I've been paying for Repurpose for several months before I finally got around to getting it all set up. And when I found
Well,
out
that's
how
like me. I've
easy
had
it
it
was,
just sitting there.
yeah, it's really easy to do.
What was I going to say? I had a question. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I was just going to say, would you consider LinkedIn to be more of a long game, kind of like YouTube? More of a longer
Yes,
game?
it is. It is a more of a long game. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. But it's not as long as it would be if you don't use video, right? So
Okay.
if you use video, it speeds it up a little bit. Now, I'll
Okay.
tell you some examples. I've got one of the people that bought from me just the last couple of months is from Africa, and he bought a $900 program, and the banking system is different in Africa.
Yeah.
In different
They got a different currency.
countries. Yeah, and because of the way their banking works too. And so I went to Michelle Schmaderer
Mm-hmm.
at the
The tech guru.
Technical,
tech
yeah.
zoo, yeah. And I told her what the challenge I was having, because I have people that are wanting to join me from Africa, but their banking system is different. And so she uploaded a link to set up my direct deposit from bank to bank.
Nice.
So if you want to get that set up, go to Michelle and she will get that set up for you.
Okay. Good.
It was really quite simple to do. I was quite surprised.
Yeah.
So I actually had somebody come through and buy from me doing that, using that system just recently.
Okay. Good deal.
But I just got it set up just recently too.
So you're a hit with the South Africans, huh?
I've got a lot of people from South Africa. I don't know what happened. I went and had a personal one-on-one audit with Amy Tannehill.
Yep.
And that day I had 83 people follow me. 83
Wow.
new leads, right?
Wow.
Where they went in and actually left their email.
Mm.
And within the first week, I had over 700 new leads in the last 31 days on my
Wow.
system.io. Yeah.
Wow. What did you do differently, if you want to share?
Well, one of the things I did is I turned off the watermark
Okay.
in the back there. And another thing I did was I didn't realize that you could put a message inside. And people were always saying you need to put a message with some hashtags, right? Well, I thought they were referring to those 2 lines that you get on your profile page of your TikTok.
Oh,
And they only allowed me to put in 2 hashtags, right? There wasn't enough space in there.
yeah.
And so then what Amy did is she took her phone and she did just like what I'm doing with you guys here, holding it up in front of her camera and showing me exactly where to go, right?
Mhm.
So, where's my? Okay, there's my draft. So I'll pull my draft out and see if I can do, okay. So you go into your draft. This is that little short video that I did, right? And
Yeah.
on the side here, there's an AA, upper and lowercase a. You click on the upper and lowercase a.
Okay.
And that's for your header. Pardon me, sorry. I didn't, that's not the one I want. I gotta go to my captions, my closed captions. Do you know how to do closed captions on your TikTok?
I've done captions. I put captions on there.
Yeah,
Is that
okay.
the same
good.
thing
Yeah,
as closed captions?
closed captions is the same thing.
And you can
But
do different styles.
So after you do your closed captions, then there's this little red button up in the top right corner. Do you see where my finger is pointing?
Yes.
Yeah.
The little red button, and you click on that little red button. And it opens it up to that same page where you can get rid of the watermark.
Okay.
And at the top of that page, it says add description on the top left.
Okay.
And that's where you type in your description. You have up to 500 characters, but I was told by Amy not to use that many. Just, and so what I usually try to do is I retype the hook, right?
Okay.
And then I will type in different hashtags. So I use the same hashtags a week at a time.
Yeah.
And then I change them after a week. Well, the
Yeah,
first time I entered in that description there, because I've never entered in my description before I met with Amy. And it was December the 4th or something that I had the session with Amy, and it was at noon time. And so then I did a video and I typed in a description right after I finished with Amy. And by the end of that day, by midnight that night, I had 83 new leads.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
In a 12-hour space of time. And I noticed that a lot of them were from Africa. Now, the challenge with Africa is the fact that they're mostly all really broke and they're begging for money, right?
I've heard that.
So I end up doing a lot of blocking.
Yeah.
But there still are good ones in there.
Sure.
So I've had some people who have bought from me. And I always invite people to come to my turbochargers and to come to my community now. Thrivability for seniors.
Yeah. So all you did was type the hook up there in that description.
I just typed the hook up there, and
Okay.
then I added the hashtags below that.
Have you ever
Right.
3 to 5 hashtags.
Yeah.
Do you
Have you ever,
change? Sorry, go on, carry on.
that's okay. Have you ever put, I've heard theories doing this and I've tried it, but I haven't done it enough probably to see any results. But where you put keywords on the screen, I think it's like up to 7 seconds you let it run, either real small or you drag them off the screen when your video starts. Doing that with keywords.
I haven't
That's the
done
trick.
that. That's interesting.
Well, I've seen a few people say that, that give tips.
Mhm.
They say to do that. so that you get your video categorized.
Oh,
Oh, I go and figured that out. What did I do? I forget how I did it. But
But you
you
just
can
put them
go,
on there and you shrink them down and you pull them down.
yeah,
And,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I've heard some
Oh.
people say you
Yeah.
leave them in the corner or you drag them off the screen.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I was told that whenever I do my videos, that
Yeah.
I put in there, make money online with TikTok Live, and I reduce it right down to very minimal. But because although no one can see it,
Right.
the algorithms pick it up.
Yes.
Ah,
It's for the
So I
algorithms.
put
Yeah.
it
oh,
like if
that's
I've got
cool.
a black top on, I'll change the color so it's black, so no one can see it. But
Uh-huh.
it's really, because it'd be on
I've always done
here.
it white, but that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's very minute, and
It's
then
to
no one sees it,
categorize.
but the algorithms pick it up.
It's to categorize.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's good
I
to
was
know.
gonna say something else. Yeah. Yeah.
So when you
definitely
say
heard that.
categorize, that means you can sort of like you can put any word in there that
Well,
that's-
you want to use to be categorized, and I've heard that you should say the keywords when you start out. And I've heard sometimes you want to say them 2, 3, 4 times in your video,
Oh,
put them in your description, and then put them on the front of the screen like that shrunk down. So you want
So
them
when
in
you
3
say-
different places.
when you say keywords, what sort of words are you talking about?
If you search like creator insights, creator
yeah,
search
Creator
insights on
Insights is
TikTok,
good.
you can search for something like I would search for money for retirement because I'm looking for retirees
Right.
who would search. And then you get a list of topics. You could use those as keywords, but also if you scroll down when in that list of topics, it'll say other things people searched for.
Yeah.
You copy that list and use those as your keywords, is what I've been told.
Awesome.
Where is it? Where is it you're going for that?
Creator search insights. You want to be on
Yeah.
the homepage of TikTok and search.
Michelle did a whole training on that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people on TikTok that give tips on that too. That's where I got it from.
Right.
Lots of people give tips on that. And what was I going to say? There's also if you hit the view button after you go there, Creator Search Insights, and there's a red view button, and then it will click that, and then there's a list, and then you get it's about halfway down the page. It says other topics or other things people search for, something like that.
Yeah.
But
Look, that's-
also there's another tab, and it says content gap, and those are the things that people just haven't made videos enough. People are searching, but there aren't enough videos made on those topics.
Oh.
And you can make a video right then and there if you click the camera thing.
Is this sorry, when you say creator search insights, do you Google that or
You just type that into the search bar on TikTok.
on TikTok, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you're on the home page of TikTok. Yep.
Yeah.
And you hit the
I'm
search.
just gonna go to YouTube and check it out.
Yeah, you can do that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
This is good
something I've done, I'd like to do more of it. I haven't done enough to results, but in the mastermind also, Mike was showing us, he loves YouTube, but he said you could do it on any platform. But we went into YouTube and we searched for keywords and we found, like one with a lot of videos. He said, look for the videos with more views than subscribers.
Okay.
So for
more
instance,
views.
if it has 5,000 subscribers, but it has 10,000 views, you want a video like that.
Okay.
So you go in there and you kind of scroll down, or you can just search the comments that are in there that people have been putting up. And you go into the comments, and it'll take some time probably, but you look at what people are saying. And if some people are saying, well, I've been broke for 10 years and I can't find a job, and you could use those as like a hook in your video because that's actually what people are saying.
Yeah.
So you're saying it back to them. It's like you're in their head. You're
Yeah.
saying it back to them. You're using their own words as a
Awesome.
hook. I just thought that was great advice. Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
go, guys.
Okay. This has been
Oh,
great.
yeah, we got
Yeah,
legacy at one,
awesome.
haven't we?
Yeah.
Awesome.
This is-
Awesome. Thank you for
This is
coming.
great.
Take care, Mike. Take care,
Yeah,
Christine.
thanks very much.
Talk
welcome.
to you soon.
All right.
Yeah.